Hey everybody, welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about NVIDIA RTX ray tracing in Modern Warfare. We also have a few other details. One is specifically about the trailer. One of the developers for Infinity Ward said on Twitter in response to the trailer that everything they showed off of Modern Warfare to the press has been on a base PlayStation 4. So this is incredible because if this trailer is actually running on a base PlayStation 4, then it's really surprising how the game's going to look compared to, say, like the PlayStation 4 Pro, the Xbox One X, and especially the PC version. If this was just the standard PlayStation 4 console that launched in 2013, but, if we're going to be able to play on like a PC hardware with like an RTX 2080 Ti, then it's going to look so much better. But some people have actually been kind of dissecting this tweet a little bit and saying that, oh, he's saying in here, a base PlayStation 4. Well, this footage was probably actually from a PS4 Pro, because you could still see, you could say base PlayStation 4, and it could still refer to a PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm not really going to get into it too much, but there has been some people arguing that this is, in fact, an actual PlayStation 4 console version, and maybe not the PlayStation 4 Pro. Even Digital Foundry said that when they saw the game, it was running on a PlayStation 4 Pro, and they're super reputable when it comes to this sorts of stuff, so I'm not exactly sure what to believe here. But, in his tweet, he did say everything we've shown off of Modern Warfare to the press has been on a base PlayStation 4, so that might infer that, all the people who got invited out to Infinity Ward to actually witness the game watched it on a base PlayStation 4, but then when it says in the trailer, like, actual in-game footage, it was either captured on a PlayStation 4 Pro or on a PC, because even if it, the trailer is actually captured on a PC, it would still be, in fact, in-game footage. So I'm not going to go into that too much. What do you guys think about that? Is it actually, the trailer, is that running on a PlayStation 4? Let me know in the comments down below. But nonetheless, we can clearly expect that the PlayStation 4 Pro version is going to look really good. Same with the Xbox One X, and the PC version is going to obviously look the best. And there's obviously still some optimization things that are going to be happening in the next several months before this game comes out, so there might be some still improvements yet to come. But now on to the big thing for this video is that we're going to be talking about NVIDIA RTX ray tracing within Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So Activision and NVIDIA have teamed up and are partnering together for ray tracing to come to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And NVIDIA posted a statement over on their website, and they say that as the official PC partner for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, NVIDIA is working side by side with Infinity Ward's team of engineers to bring real-time DirectX ray tracing, NVIDIA adaptive shading, and other advanced NVIDIA gaming technologies to the PC version of the game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is posed to reset the bar upon release this October. NVIDIA is proud to partner closely with this epic development and contribute towards the creation of this gripping experience. Our teams of engineers have been working closely with Infinity Ward to use NVIDIA RTX technologies to display the realistic effects and incredible immersion that Modern Warfare offers. And the co-studio head at Infinity Ward, Dave Stoll, actually says, our work with NVIDIA GPUs has helped us throughout the PC development of Modern Warfare. We've seamlessly integrated the RTX features like ray tracing and adaptive shading into our rendering pipeline. It's been a great addition to our existing technology, and we look forward to our PC fans experiencing it for themselves very soon. So I'm going to have another video specifically talking about the new engine and the new graphical changes coming to Modern Warfare, because this video is going to be focusing on ray tracing. But this is a huge deal that Modern Warfare is going to be partnering up with NVIDIA to bring real-time ray tracing to Modern Warfare. And I've seen a lot of questions about this on Twitter. So some people have asked, can the 10 series GPUs, it's like a GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, 1060, 1070, 1070 Ti, 1080, and 1080 Ti, can any of the 10 series GPUs actually support ray tracing? Can you, ray trace with those GPUs? And the answer is yes. NVIDIA has now unlocked ray tracing to be available on any 10 series cards. So if you have a 1080 Ti, you can technically still ray trace with those cards, but from a lot of performance tests and benchmarks, you can see that a 1080 Ti compared to even like a 2080, like they're similar in terms of performance, but when it comes to ray tracing, the 2080 really just kicks the 1080 Ti to the curb because it has dedicated ray tracing hardware on the card, whereas the 10 series GPUs just use the CUDA within each GPU to actually try and ray trace it. So technically 10 series cards can ray trace, but since they don't have the dedicated hardware, you're going to be getting much worse performance. But it is still cool that 10 series cards can actually still ray trace and can still play games that are ray traced. So even if you have a 1080 Ti or even a 1080, then you're going to be okay, and you could probably ray trace Modern Warfare. But I wouldn't expect anything absolutely like incredible from it. I don't know, even if you would be able to hit 60 FPS while ray tracing. But this does bring us on to another topic, and that is that, ray tracing has kind of been notorious for absolutely destroying your performance. So previously, the direction of like graphics cards and like PC hardware and stuff was always to get higher frame rates and higher resolutions. And with the the 10 series GPUs really stepped that up with like the 1080 and 1080 Ti. We were finally able to really play games at like natural 4K, like native 4K. But with the 20 series GPUs and the RTX series, NVIDIA wasn't really pushing traditional rasterized games and like the traditional like 4K and those like high resolutions and refresh rates and stuff as much. They're more so pushing this brand new technology, ray tracing, instead of just, obviously with their 10 series GPUs, they would market that as X times more powerful than the 900 series. But I mean, obviously even a 2080 and 2080 Ti can still perform dramatically better than a 1080 or 1080 Ti in traditional rasterized games. But a lot of people are, not happy with ray tracing because even with a 2080 Ti, you cannot run any like ray trace game with 4K 60 FPS with ray tracing enabled. You're more likely to get 1080p 60 FPS with ray tracing enabled, and you might even have to lower the different like levels of ray tracing. So a lot of gamers are actually turning off ray tracing, and they don't run ray tracing on almost any game. Even if games support it, like Battlefield 5, players aren't really using ray tracing because it has a dramatic impact on your performance and frame rates, and also allows you not to run the game at super high resolutions. And so I've heard some comments about Modern Warfare. People are saying, oh yeah, it has ray tracing support, but why use that? Like it's going to absolutely destroy your performance. So, there's no point in actually using ray tracing. Like it's a cool headline, ray tracing, RTX ray tracing in Modern Warfare. Like that's a catchy headline, brings good press to NVIDIA graphics cards and also to this game, to Modern Warfare. But for a lot of people, they're never going to actually run ray tracing on this game because of the performance impact. But I personally think that since, October 25th is going to be over a year since the 20 series graphics cards, the RTX series launched. It's going to be a full year. The technology will have matured a decent amount. And we've even seen this with games like Battlefield 5, where Battlefield 5 supported ray tracing, but we've had significant updates to that game that have actually, helped out performance when it came to ray tracing. And DICE has been experiencing this new technology and has been trying to get it right with their game, and it takes a lot of work to get it running. But now that, it's been a year, and Infinity Ward has theoretically had a full year so far to actually get real-time ray tracing up and running on their game as they're building it, it's going to be a lot better, and hopefully won't have as dramatic of a performance impact. But this isn't to say that somehow magically your 2080 Ti is going to be able to hit 4K 60 FPS with ray tracing enabled. That's by all means not going to happen. But as time goes on, I would expect to see more significant performance improvements with ray tracing enabled from when it launched. But this is still really cool, and this is a great thing for PC players because it gives another layer of depth. And it's not all just about ray tracing. In this, they also talked about how they're also going to be contributing other NVIDIA technologies like NVIDIA adaptive shading, and that's really awesome. And overall, I think this is going to be really great for the game. But this is obviously like ray tracing is a PC specific, PC exclusive feature right now, only found on NVIDIA graphics cards. So what does this mean for AMD fans and also for like players who play on console? Well, in here it says that it's going to be DirectX ray tracing and not necessarily NVIDIA RTX ray tracing. And we know that Microsoft has been trying to develop ray tracing into DX12, and we've even heard that with the PlayStation 5, it will support ray tracing. And we've also heard that in the next Xbox One, it's going to have DirectX ray tracing from Microsoft in order to compete with like NVIDIA's offerings. So for AMD fans, we've had a lot of talk and speculation that AMD is finally going to be able to step up and actually introduce ray tracing in potentially their new Navi graphics cards. But for console fans, there is absolutely no way that you're ever going to have ray tracing on Modern Warfare on your Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Slim, PlayStation 4 Pro. There is no way you are ever going to get any amount of ray tracing on any of these consoles. It is just way too demanding of a technology that even like the Xbox One X, with the most powerful console ever, still would not be able to handle ray tracing in the slightest. But there is still hope for the next generation, and since next gen is supposed to launch next year in 2020, there is a good chance that we will be able to get Modern Warfare available on the Xbox 2 and the PlayStation 5. And since those hardware consoles are supposed to have dedicated ray tracing hardware within them, there's a good chance that playing on the PlayStation 5 version of Modern Warfare will actually allow you to have ray tracing enabled. But at this point, that's all kind of just speculation whether or not we will actually, in fact, get a version of Modern Warfare on these next generation consoles. And even if we do, whether or not they'll enable ray tracing or whatever. But there we go, guys. Ray tracing is coming to Modern Warfare, and that the PC version is going to have a lot of specific PC development like implementations and features. And that's really good to hear. And we also know that Beanox, the same studio that made Black Ops 4 for PC, is going to be making Modern Warfare for PC. And I know the PC community for Black Ops 4 kind of hates that version of the game, and even says that like the Black Ops 3 PC port ran better. But here's hoping that Beanox and Infinity Ward can really nail down the PC version of this game. Because if not, then come on, dudes. Like, PC is a huge community, and you really have to start taking advantage of it and opening up your like games to compete on PC. Because as it stands right now, Call of Duty games on PC, you know, as soon as they release, a lot of people buy it and they play it on PC. But then after a month or two after launch, you significantly drop in player counts, and then all of a sudden you only have a couple thousand people playing, and you have a hard time finding matches, and a lot of playlists just end up dying, and the game is pretty much dead on PC after a couple months. And even like older Call of Duty games at this point, like games that are a couple years old, are basically completely dead on PC. And that pretty much all comes down to the developer's support of the PC version. You know, if they're gonna not care about the PC version, then PC gamers aren't gonna care about it either. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this in the comments down below. What do you guys think about ray tracing and all these new technologies coming to Modern Warfare? Are you a console gamer, and does this mean anything to you? Like I said, it potentially will come to consoles at some point, probably next year with the next generation of consoles. But there's also no way that you're going to ever be able to ray trace Modern Warfare on your Xbox One or PlayStation 4. So there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.